Well, as I was sitting back, and I was thinking a lot of shit lately about politics. Period. I was thinking this just popped up in my head. Who is right for the taking? Pretty much everybody's right for the taking. If you get right down to the nitty gritty of it, when you just strip everything, strip all the niceness, strip all the ha ha ha, strip all the shaking of the hands, and strip all that goofy shit, right? On both sides. This is the reason why I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna do it tomorrow instead of tonight because I just don't have the energy for it tonight. As you see on the thumbnail, Republicans versus Democrats, but I got it in a Star Wars type of atmosphere. Sith versus the Jedi. Who's right and who's wrong? Who's good and who's evil? All this other shit, right? Thumbnail. Hakeem Jeffries. I got Hakeem Jeffries. Uh, Jasmine Crockett, but I'll get to them later. Here's my question to all those who have ears, let them hear. Do you think that the black community, and this is a form of a question, do you think that the black community failed Kamala Harris? Now, I have heard all the naysays. I've heard everything. I've heard from she's a this, she's a that, she's a hoe, she slept her way to the top. She slept with uh uh Montrell Davis, or whatever the fuck his name is. I've heard it all. Right? She's too slow. She's too this. She's not black, which I often said that she isn't black. She's Indian. But regardless of the fact, she has pulled in more votes than Barack Obama. She's pulled in more dollars than Barack Obama. And she lost. Why did she lose? Now, it because of the fact that she didn't know what she was doing, or the fact that she was locking up black folks and all this other? I can give a shit about the past. What can you do for me right now? What can you do for me right now? You know what I mean? Everybody hating on everybody hating on Kamala Harris, but I mean, put it this way: she's put in the work more than some of you motherfuckers. Most of you do is bitch and complain all the time. Like no one does anything for us. That's why we're gonna go Republican. But then Republicans don't do anything for you. Then you want to go back to Democrat, and then there's a yin yang, like one of those slinky, a wonderful, wonderful toy, a slinky, fun for a girl and a boy. It's just the same shit. Y'all's want slinkies, but you never pay attention to detail. It wouldn't even matter if she was black or white. It's the matter of, can she do something for you? And I'm talking about in a political sense. I ain't talking about racism or sex. I'm gonna get into the sexism part a little bit later. But right now I'm talking political. Can she do something for you? What are her policies? Are her policies Good for the goose is good for the gander. Is her policies any good? Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm gonna get to her too in a minute. I'm gonna get to her too. I just think, and I could be wrong. And if I am, give me an explanation why. I just think you hate black women. To be perfectly honest with you, I just think you hate, and with this particular black woman, she's not even black, but it's the fact that you hate women, period. You don't want women in this position. It's kind of suspect. You know what I mean? It's just suspect. Why not try something new? It's just like pizza. You eating the same old pepperoni pizza for God knows how long. Can't you just try like a different type of meat or something like that, like sausage balls, um, bacon, ham? I mean, can't you just try something else? Okay, that's the claim. Someone said women can't lead. That's the claim. Now give me the evidence. Give me the evidence of why they can't run or why they can't lead. And if you say something stupid like, they got menopause or some stupid ass shit like that, I'm gonna block you. That's just stupid. Yeah, they bleed red. That's stupid. Too emotional. Donald Trump's emotional. Donald Trump is an emotional man. I want it. I want what I want. I want what I want. Why can't they just give me the say back? Why can't they just give it to me? Give me the say back. That's emotional. You got too many emotional niggas up in here. You got emotional niggas. You got emotional white men who go ape shit and start pulling out Uzis and guns and shit. But a woman screaming at you, that doesn't mean anything. A woman screaming at you, that means nothing. And by far, Kamala Harris plays significantly the worst type of role, the same old roles that old presidents and congressmen do. They just play the exact same role. But a person like Jasmine Crockett, oh no, no, get away, no. It'll be black women. It'll play black women on steroids. We can't have her in the seat. So you didn't vote for her. She had in a short amount of time. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Ban for life. In a short amount of time, the black, a lot of women, mostly black women, has specifically, I don't know how much they had given her, but I think it's in the billions. They gave this woman a lot of money and she lost. She fucking lost. And that's because most likely, well, white folks weren't going to vote for her. And specifically, black men. Yes, there were some black men who voted for Donald J. Trump. And I can say specifically they voted for Donald Trump because she was in the lead. Okay, cool. They voted for Donald Trump because specifically they expect something in return. He's going to bring back jobs, which is false. He's going to put money on the table, which is false. Did you know with all that tariff money that he had to pay back, all those businesses got like 2 billion, 3.7 billion. I mean, it was Nike and Starbucks and all this other shit. What did we get? What did we get? Not another check in the mail. But Kamala Harris is bad for the economy. I can go all day about what she did for us in our union here in Nevada. I can go all day with that. Plus in our union there are some specific people who don't vote for, and there are specific people who will vote for. But all I'm saying is this: did you make the right move? Look what's happening to you now. Your economy's in the shithole. Your healthcare is no good. Food, we don't want to talk about groceries. Groceries are crazy. Groceries are wild. Gas is wild. Energy is wild. They're making so many AI centers. It's ridiculous. Taking up all your water, all the land, all your water. And they're going to proceed to make more. But Kamala Harris is bad. How do you focus on one person? It's like, she is bad. Did you say the same thing about what's his name? Gavin Newsom? Did you say the same thing about him? And I don't know all these other trick bags. I don't know them. Don't know them, don't want to know them. I'm just focusing on the people who could have been right for this country. If he is, would you vote him in office? I'm just saying we don't have to be such, and don't take this to heart, pigs. We don't have to be such pigs to the point where we have to say so much dumb shit to where the point it's just, let's just try something new for once. And if she's no good, she's no fucking good. That's all I'm saying. If she is no good to America, she is no fucking good. I told y'all this before. I didn't vote for her either. I didn't vote for her, but I didn't run to the polls and vote for Trump. I didn't vote for Trump. You know why? Because I know, number one, I was able to hold my vote. I wanted someone better. I wanted someone who can make sense to me in my eyes. Like, if, give or take, I didn't know nobody then, but I was going to make up somebody. Let's just say Denzel Washington. If he were to run for president of the United States, that would make more sense than having somebody like a Donald Trump in that position. But to me, it was nobody. But since not all of you, here's the word not all. Underline the word not all. But some of you cats are such sexists. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Vaughn, blessings. You got to give somebody a chance, man. You gotta give these women a chance. You gotta give at least one qualifier. You gotta give at least one qualifier a chance. At least one. Where did I put that? Oh shit. You know what I forgot to do? 1 second. Okay. Damn, I forgot. That's what I forgot to do. Gavin Newsom is not the right one at this juncture in America. Curious, does he take AIPAC money? Everybody now is going after Abdul Rauf or whoever his name is for Senate. He didn't take no AIPAC money, but no one likes Muslims. No one likes Muslim Americans. That's crazy. Yeah, if it ain't black, if it ain't women, it's Muslims. If it ain't Muslims, it's women. Boy, y'all like them old crankly dudes. Y'all like the Sleepy Joes of the world. Y'all like the Sleepy Joes and the Donald Trumps of the world. The Clyburns of the world. So these people got to go. If we want a better tomorrow, if we want a better future, then I suggest we start putting some new blood in it. Don't you think? Don't you think that would make more sense if you just put somebody new in there? I don't know. Other than that, I'm stuck. I am stuck. What does that have to do with what does this have to do with the conversation at hand? See, this is what I'm talking about when things like this occur. Y'all start acting goofy and say goofy shit in the chat. But I mean, I digress. Y'all don't like Muslims. Y'all don't like Muslims. Y'all don't like women. Y'all don't. Y'all didn't even like Obama at one point. Barack Hussein Obama, but he was in there for 8 years. He was in there for 8 years and did shit. He ain't do a damn thing. Just sat there and looked pretty, and we fell for the shit. We fell for the okie doke, me included. But the one thing I will not do is I will not have Trump railroad Barack. I will not have him do that. That's my job. You ever heard that expression? No one kills you but me. And you come to my hood, you come directly towards me. I'm going to drag you out of this situation so you can be in this situation so we can hold your ass accountable. Which Barack is, since Barack was never held accountable, Trump is able to do whatever the hell he wants to do. And he's been doing it. And now there are rumors that Kamala might be running. And if she does run, Carlos, hey, how you been, buddy? Now there are rumors that Kamala is running. Now, if she does run, I will be putting in that ticket. Since I can't get, at this particular time, I can't get Jasmine Crockett to even sniff. And I know why. You don't choose presidents anyway. They do. You do not choose presidents because you don't have it in your heart to vote. I hope you ain't been drinking a lot. I'm just kidding. I voted for Michelle Obama over Kamala. You know what? That would have been a little bit more plausible. Michelle over Barack, that would have been a little bit more plausible. So I would agree with you there. But then again, who wants a black woman? Who wants a black woman? Dude, that's insane, bro. Dude, black women are too loud. They're too obnoxious. Dude. No one likes a black woman to know. It's like they would catch nigritude or something. That's an old term. Back in those days, scientifically, they said that if you rub up against black skin, you might catch nigritude or something. Look it up. Gotta try something new. You have to try something new. Now, as opposed to Hakeem Jeffries, and I was going to save this for tomorrow, but I'm going to go a little bit over the line a little bit. Hakeem Jeffries, I said a long time ago that he's no leader to me. Leader of the Democratic Party. He is no fucking leader. Not at all. And I ended up finding out why this is such a big deal.
Black socialists to be blocked from the Black Caucus if they do not support Hakeem Jeffries. Put it full, man. We have a story for you. And if you give a damn about democracy, it should make your blood boil. According to Axios, some members of the Congressional Black Caucus, they want to create a condition. Now, the irony of this happens on multiple levels. The Black Caucus wants a condition for incoming Democrats seeking to join their ranks. You have to support House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries for Speaker. However, this could get dicey and very fast. Multiple Black Democratic socialists who are all but guaranteed to be elected in November have declined to commit to voting for Jeffries. Keep Jeffries up. Sir, I don't give a damn if it's your idea or not. It may not be your idea. But as a leader, if you can't give voice, solid voice, to how antithetical this is to anything we understand as democracy, and of all places, I'm so damn disappointed in the Congressional Black Caucus for utilizing their caucus ability to say, if you don't support Hakeem Jeffries, you can't caucus with us.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like to me that the Democratic Party is doing any and everything that it can to seek irrelevancy. Because number one, they don't have no power. They don't control the House. They don't control the House. They don't control the Senate. They definitely don't control the presidency. So doing whatever they can. And I acknowledge their encouragement. But there's all types of ways to do things. And being a part of an organization that, in my opinion, practices genocide, something I don't want to be a part of. As a matter of fact, it's downright dangerous. It's downright nasty. But I've been told not to criticize everybody in the Democratic Party, not to criticize everyone. I'm like, well, you have not shown me, at least with Hakeem and his unacknowledgement of abolishing ICE. You haven't quite shown me anyone who has the courage of their conviction to seek justice for Americans. And that abolishing ICE, for one, would be the right step. It's not just yelling at Donald. It's not having a meeting with Donald Trump. It's like, why are we having meetings, face-to-face meetings with Donald Trump? As if he's going to save America. Or not save, I said that all wrong. Is he going to save Americans? If he is going to do right by Americans? Can't get any worse. Right? Cannot get any worse than that.
What? How do you dare hold your own party accountable if they're not able to object when you need an objection? There's more. So you have an Afro-Latino nominee, New York's 13th district, Daraliza, will seek to join both the CBC and the Hispanic caucus if elected. Pennsylvania State Rep. Chris Rahm, nominee for a Philadelphia-based House seat, told the same outlet he is, quote, definitely planning to join the Congressional Black Caucus. Kairos of Colorado, another Black Democrat running in a safely blue district, said, quote, I absolutely plan on joining the Black Caucus. But all three DSA-aligned candidates have declined to comment to vote for Jeffries as Speaker. That's their right. They're not elected for him. They're elected for us. They are not sent to Washington to serve Jeff. They're sent to Washington to serve us, period. And this is a damn shame. And it's more shameful that you don't have people saying something loud about why this cannot happen. If I said absolutely nothing, I would be just as wrong, just as unethical politically as those on the MAGA right who decided to say absolutely nothing when they decided to utilize their political power in order to shut up folk who were objecting, at least at first, to Trump.
But like I said, I heard this before. And it was like some lady, she was being interviewed by a Fox representative. And I can't say verbatim, I can't emphasize verbatim what they were saying, but I do, paraphrasing, one of the words was, do you want to get rid of the Pentagon? And they said, yeah. Do you want to get rid of ICE? She said, yeah. Do you want to get rid of police? You want to get rid of police reform or whatever the fuck? She said, yeah. I mean, she said damn near yes to everything. I mean, anyone who is, like I said, anyone who is a part of a group that practices genocide, I'm just not with. But you are willing and able to go as far as your opposite is willing to go. And see, this is the reason why we're going to have this discussion tomorrow. Republicans versus Democrats. Darth Sidious versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Yoda, if you will. We're going to have fun. We're going to have so much fun tomorrow. We're going to have fun. Like, share, and subscribe to that one. But yeah, when you start thinking about ideas of becoming MAGA and all this other stuff, I mean, they're gonna switch gears. They're gonna switch roles. They're gonna it is gonna be somewhat identity politics, and it ain't gonna be MAGA no more. It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be something else after that. It's gonna be something else after that. But nothing about lowering gas prices, that's gone. Anything about lowering, upping minimum wage, no talks about that. How about saving our senior citizens? Saving our senior citizens, doing something for our troops, our soldiers, the ones that are coming home, the ones who are stuck out there, all because of and getting eliminated, all because of a dumb idea. And these people aren't suffering, we are. They're not the ones suffering. They're getting paid millions and millions and billions of dollars off of our taxpayers' money. And we don't get a decent check in the mail. We're fucked at this point.
Then why you keep wanting Puppet Jasmine Crockett to get the puppet carpet? Why do you like Jasmine Crockett so much? Why got this bit for AOC?
I don't like AOC. How's that? It's not that I don't like her. I just don't like her. I just don't like her policies, her ideas. That's all. I am a little bit more of the ilk of Jasmine. That's me. That's me. It ain't got to be anybody else. I put the shorts out there. I put the out. It's your choice or not to put the thumbs up or thumbs down on. That's just it. It's like, for example, it's your choice to either thumbs up the live or thumbs down the live. That's your choice. It is your choice to either support the live through Cash App, through Heart, or whatever. It's your decision. I am not the type of person, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. I am not the type of person that says, listen, you don't support me, I'm gonna shut down the live. If you don't give me a Cash App or something of that nature, all I'm asking for is this. All I'm asking for is that. All right, put $10 in, put $20 in. That was never me. It's never me. I'm not here for personal gain. I'm here for a goal, but I'm also here for a hobby. I'm doing this for a hobby, but good people in my life have triggered me into this thing called politics. That way I can go back home, back to Michigan, and I can challenge some of my elders with some of these things. You know what I mean? And it not be a fight. I could simmer down somewhat in the knowledge that I do know that I don't know everything. Mind you, I don't know everything, but the stuff that I do know, I am very proud to say it was one of my mods. It was two of my mods that got me into this. It's their fault, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it nevertheless. But this thing, not so much. You go to your grocery, wherever you are in life, if you're in California, if you're in Georgia, if you're in Texas, if you're in Washington, Dakota, Florida, Carolina, Michigan, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Chicago, wherever you are, you will be in a situation where you're going to have to make, in this era right now, in this day and age, where you're going to have to make a decision. It shouldn't be that way. I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he said, "Well, unless this whole economy collapses, ain't nothing changing. Unless this whole goddamn economy collapses, nothing's going to change. You're going to be putting people in position, and these people are going to want to stay in their positions and not even give an inch. Some of them will. Some of them will. Like I could say for Biden, at least he gave certain stimulus packages. At least I could say that. But what he did in the White, I mean, it's a list of shit. It's a list of shit that I'm gonna be naming. I'm gonna be doing it tomorrow though. I'm gonna be naming down the line with Kamala along with Donald Trump. But we all know what Donald Trump's. We all know Donald Trump's promises by now. I don't have to be a grown man and sitting in this chair and tell you what type of promises Donald Trump has said throughout his inauguration. I don't have to tell you that. You should already know, right? But let's get back to this.
And I'm not comparing Hakeem Jeffries to Trump. That's why this action is so damn shameful. Multiple members of the Black Caucus speaking on the condition of anonymity. And why do you think they're speaking on the condition of anonymity? To offer frank remarks about likely incoming colleagues, said criticism of Democratic leadership could be an issue. One senior CBC member, when asked if Avila would be allowed to join, told Axios, quote, not if she doesn't support Hakeem along with other issues, end quote. Asked if that would apply to all incoming members. The lawmaker replied, yes. You all are making your own bed. And can I be 100 with you? And I got friends who are members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and I love them to life. You all are not that effective. Okay? Don't act as if when people get to DC, they must caucus with you in order to get legislation passed. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Okay? The appearance of this is probably worse than the substance, because you no longer have the moral authority to hold any caucus accountable for inclusion based on their right to elect or not elect a particular leader among the political rank.
I think it's just about high time to just say, screw it. We don't have to vote for anyone. Just our local leaders, just our city leaders, city councilmen, judges. Get to know your judges. Get to know the people who you will see down the line. You might see them in your grocery store, and you might say, "Hey, hi, what's up? How you doing? Did you vote for me? I'll vote for you this year. All right, keep up the good work." And you might see them in court, like, "Yeah, I messed up." And like, "Do you plead guilty?" Like, I plead guilty. All right, well, sign this little piece of paper so you go the fuck home. All right, cool, whatever. Until the people See that she receives money from tell her. You gotta rewrite that. I know what you're talking about. That what she can do, what she can't do. They do. They do Donald Trump. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I got you. I got you. Riding with the 100% Jasmine Crockett. She's the only one fit at this time. Well, this time she's not. Well, at this time she says she's not going to vote. Excuse me, I said that all wrong. She is not going to be running for anything at this particular time because number one, it's too much. Again, it's too much sexism and there's too much racism going on both fucking sides. The fact of the matter, when you got some dude that literally is making fun of women. It's not just women, but everybody's catching on this. Everybody's getting sick and tired of Trump. That's crumbs. That's crumbs. Everybody's getting sick and tired of him. But when it comes to your Democratic Party, everybody thinks that he's slick. Everybody thinks, and if you vote for me, it's like, give me a little something, man. I'll do a little something for you. You do this for me, and I can be in this chair for a very, very long time, bro. No. When we put you in, when we put you in that chair, it's time to go to work. You just don't be sitting in that chair, just be sitting pretty. Fuck no. If Jasmine can fly here, fly there, fly everywhere in the United States of America to support her Democratic Party, to vote the lowest of the low, I'm talking about voting down ballot. When she can actually do that, motherfucker, it ain't that hard. It is not that hard. It's stressful. It's draining. But that comes with the job. I don't know what Hakeem Jeffries is doing, but I know what it means. How difficult is it to say I am abolishing ICE? How difficult is it? How difficult is it? Couldn't be that goddamn difficult. Could not be that damn difficult. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. See, when I say like, share, and subscribe, I got 21 thumbs up. See? It's not that difficult. Not that difficult at all. But people just, hey, I don't know. I need a vacation from this. I really do. But let me give you a prime example of what I'm talking about.
Handle those. What you're suggesting in terms of the funding fight that's in front of what you're suggesting in terms
apologize.
But now,
wouldn't it stop them if they just stopped being an agency? Just apologize.
But I don't know what you're suggesting in terms of the funding fight that's in front of us. Now, with the one big ugly, but what we're trying to achieve, for instance, I think the most significant thing that can be done amongst the whole list of things that we've talked about, right, substantively, is to ensure that when ICE agents violate the law, they can be criminally investigated and prosecuted and are not shielded by this principle of absolute immunity, which is one of the things that we've put on the table. And the reason why, just so that I'm clear, my thinking, that we see these people behaving the way they are behaving. It's not just the masks. And of course, we've demanded that the masks come down. It's the fact that they think that the Department of Justice, under Pam Bondi, who's a disgrace, will never investigate them. Brother Hakeem. If you're not capable,
publicly available data and advocacy trackers show that AIPACs and other pro-Israel PACs have contributed millions of dollars to Hakeem Jeffries over his career. Though the extract figure from AIPACs alone is not fully recommendable in official FEC filters. Track AIPACs listed Jeffries combined pro-Israel PAC funding at about 1.5 million from AIPACs and these other organizations. Factually noted that activity tracker, the Watchdog report, and some other shit. There's some other shit reporters too. Jeffries ranking from 839,000 Jewish force to $1.74 million. It's like, how in the fuck? And it's just like Wesley Bell, with the help of AIPAC, put a hurt on Cori Bush. I mean, put a hurt on her. Again, when it comes to a black woman, you do not hesitate. It's like, we do not want this woman, and it's not only a racist thing, but it's a sexist thing. It's a sexist thing. It is sexist. I'm sorry I have to put it that way, but it's just sexist to me. Why would you not want her to put it in that position? But then you go on about her taking money from, it wasn't from AIPACs, but it was some organization she took money from and gave it to her husband or whatever, because he was her protector at the time. Before they were annulled, she was her protector and all this other shit. I got it. Okay, I get it. They took money, but hers wasn't as bad as Wesley Bell. I mean, I get it, and everybody don't get on me about Jasmine Crockett should have supported Cori Bush instead of Wesley Bell. Well, they were from the same hometown. What did you expect? I guess they grew up together or some shit. I don't know. I mean, she explained it. I believe it was her. She did explain it, although explanations don't mean shit nowadays. It's like, why couldn't you just do this? Why can't you just do that? But hell, I wish I can win $850 million, $50 million in the Powerball. Not everyone can get lucky. I'm like, you have these. It's called these influencers. When you are vice president, if you are president, period, you get these influencers. You get these influencers in your ear all the time. And you're listening to thousands and thousands and thousands of it. This is the reason why Barack Obama's hair went from black to gray in a matter of 4 years. He damn near suffered a heart attack. Not making excuses for him, but I'm saying there is a lot of things that he had to do But listening to a bitch like Donald Trump, yes, I said bitch. Listen to a bitch like Donald Trump ain't one. I didn't listen to you another day. Why do you think he had a fucking basketball court in the fucking thing?
But I have to have a ballroom. I just have to have a ballroom. I have to have that ballroom. I have to have that ballroom.
Did y'all see the AI generated shit where Barack Obama was in the octagon with Donald Trump and he kicked him in the face and Donald Trump's wig went back? Yeah. I remember him pushing him in the straw. He was like, yeah. And Vladimir Putin was pushing him in the. Now I'm a what you call him? What would y'all call me? A fascist or whatever, or anti-Semitic or some shit? Y'all call me. It comes with the territory. It's just like when you fall in love with a girl that you barely know, and dudes are calling you a simp. I still don't even know what that means. Does anybody know what simp means? Because I do not know what that means.
Of saying the phrase abolish ICE, if you're not willing to agree that ICE is beyond repair and reform.
What is that?
When you're in meetings with individuals who are not as friendly as those individuals would be on a discussion panel, and those doors are closed, I can't trust that you will actually lead with passion and conviction. You're still acting as if you are preparing to take a damn SAT. The individuals who are already at ICE, sir, have been recruited because they are not capable of reform. So they recruited individuals who are not qualified to be the police, who don't give a damn about rule of law, and who intentionally want to create a design of American government that's antithetical to the progress of Black and brown folk, women, LGBTQ communities, etc. Now, those are the individuals who are hired today. Some installations have replaced 80%
I think that
of their ICE security work detail, meaning the...
Okay, I got it queued up. So I guess Jasmine here talks about, hold on. Let's see if I can get it. Not speed, not.
Caught up in the online. And I am hopeful that after watching this race, after watching the Michigan races, that people decide to actually go out and talk to their neighbors and have real conversations. I just thought that it would be a closer race. We know that these persons have both served. And again, I feel as if Cori Bush has some of the most passionate supporters. And a lot of times passion can kind of win out the day, because if you've got a passionate supporter, that's somebody that's willing to call people, drive people, knock the doors, like they're willing to do all the things. But it just seems like, Mr. Bell, Congressman Bell, Congressman re-elect Bell has obviously been able to serve Missouri 1 in a way in which they did not see fit to actually go back to their old representation.
And Congresswoman,
There it is. She felt some type of way about it. She could vote for whoever she wants. She can give the motherfucking money now. She did not give him money. She did not give him any money. All right. Y'all are brutal towards women. Y'all are so brutal towards women, bro. Y'all are brutal. I like AI. Like AI were the military man tomorrow, Trump in the water out of the ship. Okay. Oh, this is Hebrews can't be anti-Semitic. Well, I'm not Hebrew. I am not Hebrew. I am searching because it's just the world has become a very big melting pot, full of just things. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. It just doesn't. Nothing makes any sense. You would think growing up, and this is y'all's generation, mind you. You would think growing up in a generation like this is just all play, but it really ain't. It's not all play because politicians get on your nerves. Politics, policies, and the next thing you know, you're getting pulled over by a cop and he's shooting you in the head for making the wrong move. But when he asks you to do something and you do it, you get shot anyway. And I'm not putting this all on cops, or you get hung up in a tree somewhere. And then you got some 6'2", 250-pound idiot walking around just because he played football and failed. He became a cop, a 6-year veteran, and now all of a sudden he's a detective or wannabe detective, and not knowing he's doing more harm than good. You know what I'm talking about. He want to say not all black, white people are not racist. There's some good white folk. It's a good white folk out there. It's some good white folk out there. What's wrong with that? Donald Trump is a racist. Donald Trump is a racist. Hey, have you seen Donald Trump in person? Have you seen Donald Trump in person? Have you seen Donald Trump in person? That is the most ridiculous thing I ever heard in my life. I saw Donald Trump last week. Donald Trump and we played golf together. We went down and ate lunch together. And me and Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, Hitler, and all them peoples. All we did was we sat down and we might as well throw Vladimir Putin in there. Vladimir Putin, man, we had a ball. Y'all crazy. Y'all is merely crazy. I don't care. Anyway, it's just I don't have to blast Office. I don't have to blast Brandon anymore. I don't have to blast him. He's getting blasted online as we speak. Still, it's been months and he's still getting dragged. Why would you go on Jubilee thinking that you're doing something, thinking that you proving to the world? You're just proving to the world that you're just a big idiot. But never mind. This is not a. Hold on a second. Yeah. Yeah, you need something? Get that goddamn barbecue. You goddamn vermin piece of shit, tar featherette, goddamn boot licking, cop picking, bugified, porkified nigger. Get the fuck off the line. How you do this type of shit? How you do this shit? You press the button or you press this button. I press the wrong goddamn button. There! Right now, I'm taking over this goddamn show. Where's the camera at? This the camera right here. This the camera. Let me tell you something, goddamn it. I'm tired of everybody going after Hakeem Jeffries. Hakeem wants to come over to our side of the fucking fence. If you want Hakeem Jeffries, you should have paid him more fucking money. Now we got the we got the good boy on our side. You know why? That good boy right there. That Hakeem Jeffries right there. You know what he did? He did the awesome thing. He wanted to come over to the good boy side. You know what I mean? He wanted to come over to the good boy side. He had that Donald Trump Make America Great Again hat over there. And he put that damn hat right on his goddamn head. That's a good boy. He wanted to. Oh boy, I wish I could shake his hand, but I might be a nigger my damn self. Yeah, that's what I am. And I refuse to do that. But guess what? I appreciate that, man. And you know who else I appreciate? I appreciate Mr. Tatum. That's a good boy right there too. He defended them good white people. He defended them good white people. That boy, he ain't do nothing to that boy. They ain't do nothing to that boy. That boy down there, he's a swimmer for crying out loud. He probably swam back to Africa or some shit. It's not my fault that the animals down there, whatever the hell that was down there, you don't know what is down there in them lakes. You don't know what down there in the lakes. Who the hell you think you are? You're an investigator. Let that monkey find out what the fuck is ever going on with what happened to him. We didn't do nothing to him. How dare you? And what's going on with what the goddamn thing going on around? So many politics. What about our reparations? What about our reparations? Does the Klan get any reparations? All these damn FBAs just bitching and moaning about reparations. What about reparations? The Haitians, get rid of the Haitians, get rid of the Hispanics, get rid of all of them, goddammit, so we can make America white. And everything will be all right. White power! Whew. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Where were we?
A two-parter for you. There were some progressive activists who were
brought to you in part by Keep It Real. Brought to you in part by Keep It Real malt liquor. Half the calories, all the ignorance.
Going into this election day, over the last 72 hours, expressing some concern that outside progressive groups didn't do more to help return Cori Bush to Congress. We saw that, but we've also seen her describe herself as an activist, a voice, someone who can lift up other people in that lane. If and when she's suffered this loss here tonight, is her movement finished in this district, or do you see it outliving this race, this candidate?
I don't think so. I mean, as someone who's done civil rights work, who has worked closely with activists for a very long time, let me tell you, there are going to be a lot more reasons to hit the streets based on everything that I know about this administration. And so I think that if that is where...
She is gorgeous. She is fucking gorgeous. She is gorgeous. What now? Oh, that goddamn Coney. Bixby is on a timeout. Bixby is on a timeout.
Your passion is, she will continue to be a relevant voice in St. Louis. We know that a lot of people typically associate Cori Bush with Mike Brown and what happened and Ferguson. And so when you know that those are her roots, I just don't see that going away overnight. But at this point in time, I think that, that ends up being a win definitely for St. Louis, because Cori Bush is St. Louis through and through. Like she is. She will always remind you. I can think about the times that she's hit the mic. She'll say, I rise, myself, as well as St. Louis, when she's spoken on the floor. And so I think that she is going to continue to be a big and.
But then everybody would get on her.
Why do you support it?
The same way that you support Kamala Harris. Now what? The same reason. Same reason why you didn't support Kamala Harris. But I bet you'll support her now, won't you? Whoa! JD Vance, he's not too far behind. JD Vance thought he was doing some shit. JD Vance is a loser. You know why he's a loser? I will give you one specific reason, and it's very, very simple. But I want you to tell me why you think, not Hakeem Jeffries, JD Vance is a loser. You tell me why he's a loser. You tell me why. I can tell you why off the bat.
Culture has changed. So, sir, in all due respect, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're in a position of leadership, and you may want to attempt to do so at some point in the very near future. Because as long as you continue to contextualize and create intellectual conversation around something where folk are being shot in the face and killed in broad daylight, as long as you're able to intellectualize it, you will never get to the space of doing something about it. Now, you're not touched the same way these communities are being touched. You are touched by proxy, but you're not touched the way these communities are being touched. Mm-hmm. And the truth is, you probably never will be. So there's a disconnect between your discourse and the reality of millions of folks around this country. Joy Reid did a remarkable job. She pressed them again about ICE. Here it is.
So, sir, if I could just say, if they're willing to break the law of that and they act with so much impunity, is this an agency that can even be reformed? It seems to me that ICE structurally is so flawed that it would perhaps make more sense to end this agency rather than tinker with it. You see what I mean?
What I'm suggesting is that the type of changes that give us the best chance to end the violence now by putting the pressure on the Republicans, because of course, anything that passes now is going to require Republican votes, just a handful in the House and in the Senate, to do the right thing for the American people. And giving state attorney generals, for instance, like Keith Ellison or Tish James, the ability to criminally investigate or prosecute ICE agents who break the law and engage in violence is perhaps one of the more immediate ways under the Trump administration. He's the president right now. Republicans control the House and the Senate. It's one of the most immediate ways that we can give the country the best chance to end the brutality and the violence that is being engaged in with impunity. I love you, brother, but you ain't ready. You're not ready.
Do you see where we are? Do you understand the context of American politics today? No. When you wanted to be leader, this was a very different America at that time. Mm-hmm. It has changed quickly, yes, but it is a very different reality for a leader in politics today. There's a polarization that's taking place. You have less middle ground you have a shrinking independent voter demographic. You have polarization that has built-in negatives and positives, dear brother. The negatives are known. Here are the positives. We get to see people for who they truly are. Because in polarization, Americans now disapprove of ICE. That means in 3 weeks, it's gone from 30% to 60%. Now, if I may, I'm going to be a bit blunt here. Leaders lead. And what we've seen is people are impressionable. If you lead on something, people will follow. It seems the wind is behind your back for the first time ever. ICE has a history. CPP has a history of terrorizing Black and brown communities. People are asking themselves, why are we, our taxpayer dollars, paying for masked, lawless men to terrorize our communities, kidnap people, take children, and kill Americans? So I ask you, and I'm doing a following up to Joy, because I want an answer to this. You said you want to rein in ICE. I'm talking about the long term now. Why not lead and say abolish ICE? Because what you're telling us is you want our taxpayer dollars to pay for a lawless masked armed agency to continue terrorizing our cities. And I'm trying to figure out how you, as a leader, can be telling Americans that their taxpayer dollars should be going to ICE.
I don't understand anything that you just said. I don't understand anything that you've just said to me when I've made clear that taxpayer dollars should be used to make life more affordable for the American people, not brutalize or kill them. That's the whole reason we're in this fight right now. That's the whole reason the DHS is getting ready to shut down. That's
so abolish ICE. You agree with me, Joy? Abolish ICE.
Listen, I'm going to use the language that I want to use. You can use the language that you want to use.
Leader Jeffries, you're having a 2026 conversation in a 1996 mindset.
See what I mean? See what I mean? And you can put Jasmine in that same position, and she had already said it. She doesn't have to say this. She already had said it. And how and where did she see? Where did she say it? She said it at the debate with James Tallarico. She said it more than one occasion. I mean, there are plenty more things to worry about, but at that time, when ICE was running amok and was raining terror amongst people, citizens, tax-paying citizens, whether if you were tall, short, skinny, fat, black, white, male, female, they were having their doors knocked down because you were looking for Oscar. Instead, you got an old man, probably in his 60s or something like that, possibly, maybe, had nothing but his drawers on and Crocs. Is it Crocs or Crux? Those stupid things that you put on your feet. What are they called? Crocs? I don't put Crocs on my feet. I don't put Crocs on my feet. Hell, I don't even put on. I'm more of an earther myself. But you're dragging people out of their homes butt naked, all because you want to make a statement. We need to make statements. This country wasn't our country anymore. We want to take away the bad element. This ain't a country anymore. This is not the United States of America anymore. It wasn't even the United States of America then. There's a lot of things that changed, and it's like, well, you want to get rid of racism. Racism will never, ever go away. it will never go away as long as we're alive. We can be robots. You know how those futuristic movies you seem to love so much? We can be robots. We can be moving cyborgs for all I care. And it'll still be racism. Well, you got the best part out of me. I'm gonna rip that part off of you and I'm gonna put it on me. Hell, you don't have to do that. Because you take away the spleen, you take away the liver, human trafficking is the best. Human trafficking is the best money maker. Because all you have to do is just take away a young boy and get his heart, get his spleen, take away his good liver and whatever, or suck the blood out of him like a fucking vampire just to make yourself more and more younger, and thinking that if I do this, then then my skin is going to be protected from the sun. And then once these white folks start dying out, then it becomes the Matrix. Oh, we gotta block the sun. You're stupid. You're stupid. Then it goes into a religious thing. It goes into religion. Well, God said this and God said that. But God said, God never told you to act a fool. Trust in God, not trust in man. Man has figured out a way to become stupid. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Man has become themselves. It's just stupid, man. Would be a fellow leave or go to prison. Technically, you don't have to put you in prison. They'll just treat you like the old days, line you up. Boom. One shot kills all 10 men. That's what this is what Donald Trump believes in, right? Very, very old school. Line them up, take them down. That's why Nick Fuentes was bitching and moaning. It used to be 80. It used to be 99%. It used to be 90% whites. And I was like, I mean, I like him, but I don't want him around my daughter because he's not white. And all of a sudden, he becomes a Democrat. I was like, bitch, please. All of a sudden, you want to be Democratic because Donald Trump, he's not good for America. It's supposed to be America first, but you were doing real good with getting rid of all the immigrants. You were getting rid of all the Hispanics. Good for you. You're getting rid of all the Haitians. Good for you. No, you're bringing more whites in from Africa. What is wrong with you? This is not America. You're bringing in the Asians in. What's wrong with you? You're not America first. Don't backpedal now. See, that's another thing that I hate, other than people who just want to be in the positions of power and just, hang around and do very little for your American people. And this is the reason why I say people on the lower levels don't have to worry about stuff like this. They don't have to worry about stuff like that. I'm talking about, most of your mayors, which I got a call from the other day. your mayors, your your county commissioners, your city councilmen. You don't have to worry about none of those because they actually know that they have to put in work. They absolutely have to know that. Oh, when I was 18, I'm 46. Oh, I'm the same age. Congratulations. I'm the same age. I'm sorry for your misfortune. I lost a grandmother. My condolences to all. My condolences to all. But they don't. The people in the lower levels don't have to worry about stuff like that. But the ones when you get higher up, I'm talking about your governor, a little bit of your governors and a little bit of your mayors, but a whole lot of your public figures, the ones that are in the House, the ones that are in the Senate, and then of course the ones that are in presidency. How does Donald Trump get all these millions on a president's salary? Can you explain that? Can you actually explain that to me, Bigsby? I don't give a goddamn. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I had to punch Bigsby in his jaw. But no, you gotta watch out for them. You got to meet them, and this is the conclusion of this. You got to meet these people face to face. You got to meet these people head the fuck on. Just like James Tellerico, when he had that meeting, and them black folks was, a few people. There was a few black people who had to tear into him a little bit, and because he had that meeting with them black folks, he had 79% of the ball, almost 80. Yeah, I do feel sorry for your loss. My condolences. Definitely my condolences. Meet with them. Talk with them. I'm saying if they're in your if they're in your city and state, in your district, those who you think feel carry the most impact with common sense, meet with them. Have a talk with them. Challenge them a little bit. You want our vote? We're not just going to up and rise anymore. If you want our vote, you will talk to us like human beings. That's all we ask for. And don't be asking no dumb shit like, when we gonna get our checks? Looking like it's like these fools right now asking for reparations. Like, reparations for who? Where you gonna get it from? It's like, no reparations, no vote. Well, who are you voting for? Who have you talked to get the reparations from? And how much you expecting? What does reparations look like? Well, you gave the agents this, and you get shut up. Take your ass down there and work, motherfucker. Work for what you want. Take your ass down there to them new AI centers, them data centers. Work there. Oh, you do need an education, by the way. This is the reason why you have Bigsby's and you have Brandon Tatum's, because all you're doing is giving them more ammunition. Get your ass up and work, and get your ass up. You spent most of your reparations on Fortnite. You spent reparations on Fortnite. You spent your reparations on weed, nigga. On that tuka. I bet you spent reparations getting ticket. Never mind. Yeah, I bet you spent your reparations money getting tickets to see Beyonce or Mary J. Blige. Not that I don't. The sister can sing. The sister can sing, but we got things to do. You're looking around your Chinatowns of the world. How you think those things got developed? You have a Taiwanese town. You have a hockey town, a court town, Hispanic town. You don't have black town. And they're all backed off, and they're all backed up by government. They're all backed off by government. If we would have had developed all these Pacific towns by rotating that money, 8 to 12 times, instead of going on Crunchyroll, instead of buying Jordans or whatnot, just getting expensive shit. Whatever happened to I'll go to Walmart and get me like a specific shirt. I don't go anywhere. Where we got to go? Where do we go? Most of us don't go to clubs anymore. Where do we go other than the movies? Where the fuck do we go? Can you answer me that? Where do we go? At our age, where do we go? We go to Shake It. We go to Shake and Steak. We go to In-N-Out. Fuck it. We might go to Red Robin's. I'll go to Red Robin's and get me a fucking turkey burger with my family, because that's the only place that I know that carries turkey burgers. That's crazy. That is crazy. We do not go anywhere. But if you stay and you start developing distributions for your own people, and you seeing the rise of kids, and this is the reason why you have people like Brandon Fatum talking about you shouldn't be commit crime for. Excuse me, it's not like we had the capacity, or we had the money or the wits or the know-it-all to fly, swim, or float these drugs into our community, because it all started with the FBI bringing drugs back to the United States, because Taiwan had the drugs and they were producing these things on Wall Street. And they put these specific drugs where? In white neighborhoods. But they didn't want to have anything used to them. So where did they put them? In black neighborhoods. But these specific black neighborhoods had what? They had community centers, they had churches, they had pretty much everything you had to offer him. But specifically, all those went away because of excuses. We didn't have enough money for these specific programs to put, these specific black people. Bullshit. You just didn't want the competitiveness of it. But then you get all these other people coming in, and all they got to do is just file a piece of paperwork and they get grants. And now all of a sudden, there are too many immigrants in this country. Way too many immigrants in this country. Even though they make money on their own, way too many immigrants. It's just not enough room. Bullshit. Yeah, way too much room in this country. Way too much fucking room. Their taxes helps the United States thrive. You let go of them, you just cut off your own supply. You just cut off your own circular supply. I looked up the stats. I don't feel like reading them again. Cocaine don't come from Mexico. I never said it came from Mexico. But then again, it doesn't it feel kind of odd that Trump doesn't go after the Mexican cartel the way I think he wants to, but he doesn't. I don't think he mentions that. I have never heard, correct me if I'm wrong, I have never heard him mention anything about the Mexican cartel. I have never heard him mention that. I have never heard him mention that. Never heard him mention that. That is crazy. I'm talking about legal immigrants, not illegals. Legals don't even have, what is the federal status. And on state status is I don't feel like arguing with people who don't have knowledge of self. I read this 1,000 times already. You can look this shit up yourself.
It is a different America today. Both
Haitian Americans, Hispanics, and Asians, they help America thrive. Without their help, you just basically cut off half of your life. That is truth. That is fact. You can't just simply say, oh, let's just make America great again by just having white folks in America. That's not how it works. Because who's gonna mow that lawn? Who gonna sell them apples and oranges and shit? Did this idiot, I just said it was 88% of white people were in America versus 11% of blacks and only 4% of Hispanics. Obviously, this dumbass wasn't listening. No. America was at one point 88 or 85% white. And then over due time, it absolutely changes. Now it's 55% white, 60% Asian, and only 13% of the black population. Dude, don't think I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's just crazy. That is just crazy. That is just crazy. I think if you listen to Nick Fuentes, masturbate over whites, and he's a Mexican American is damn so. I don't know how a Mexican American like that could even, I've seen funnier shit. All right. I've seen funnier shit. As a matter of fact, I can go on Tatum and say that Tatum is the biggest, dumbest foolish person that there is. And whites are great. I have never seen him convict any whites. I have never seen it. Talk shit about any whites. It's just 100%. It's just 100% black people. I have never seen it. Never, ever, ever seen it. But he gets off on it. But he's getting cooked right about now. Just like this fool's getting cooked on in the chat. This fool is getting straight cooked. Lambasted.
Times. Did you all notice both times when Joy Reid first presented the question to Hakeem Jeffries, and then when the panelists presented the context to Hakeem Jeffries, both times he acted as if he did not understand the question. Black socialists to be blocked, ability to say if you as unethical politically as those on the MAGA right, who decided to say absolutely nothing when they decided to utilize their political power in order to shut up folk who were objecting, at least at first, to Trump. And I'm not comparing Hakeem Jeffries to Trump. That's why this action is so damn shameful. Multiple members of the Black Caucus speaking on the condition of
who ended slavery? Who ended slavery? And if he says not George Washington, if he says George Washington, block him. If he says George Washington, block him. Give me a name. Who ended slavery? Who ended slavery? And how did it end? This is crazy. He's probably going to say, back in 1862 to 1863. Even in 1865, you weren't free. In 1865, you were not free. If black people were free in this land, you would have had land, money, and opportunity. Land, money, and opportunity. Just saying, okay, you're free, you can go. That's not freedom. That's not freedom. See, the fact that we have white people who actually think that they know, you just have to hear them out, because they ended up digging their own fucking grave. And then they get choked on by the chat. That's why I ain't bothered to say anything. That's why I ain't bothered to say anything. That's why I ain't bothered to say anything. You just got to hear it from their own lips. You just got to hear it from their own lips. But this is the reason why people like this follow the Tatums of the world, follow the Jason Lee Petersons of the world. That's why they follow people like this. That's why that's why the Brandon Tatums have over 3-point-some-odd million subscribers, because of people like this who wants to steady keep black people down. by a false privative saying that the people were free. The British were free. What did you say? The British abolished slavery. So you're still talking about white people. You're still talking about white people. 1865, you were not freed. You were only freed for those who were in armed rebellion. It still didn't matter. That's why I look at people who celebrate 1776. I didn't understand it then. I understand it now. Why? Where the hell were you in 1776? Slavery. They just let you loose for one day because of the celebration of their inauguration, or not inauguration, their celebration of their freedom papers or their freedom, because I don't know. I'm too drunk right now. I'm too drunk full of knowledge, but I don't even feel like pouring it because it's just it even if you came out with the truth and the facts of it, it still wouldn't matter. It still wouldn't matter. Why would I be jealous of a country that I built? What? Why would I be jealous of a country that my ancestors built through blood, sweat, and tears? Why would I be jealous of that? Why would I be jealous of a country that treated my ancestors poorly? And yet we had to help them through World War I, World War II, the Civil War. Why would I be jealous of that? Help what white folks created their way of living and their way of life through our through constitutions. We the people, meaning white folks. And later on, if you read it through, you will say others, meaning us. The Constitution wasn't meant for us. It was meant for y'all, stupid asses. But yet, you have the freedom and the rights to come on here for which the things that we had created specifically for you. This phone that I'm recording on, it wouldn't be so if it wasn't for our technology. The code, the chip that's installed in your computers, in your laptops, in your little cars that you drive every day that go. Where do you think you got that type of material from? Africa. Where in Africa? The Congo. And amongst other places. If it wasn't for that, why do you think you're stationed over there? This is some stupid shit. And you brought that shit way over here. Our black women literally had to breastfeed your babies, bitch. You had the nerve to come up on here. You're funny. Our babies were their babies. You literally were stomping. You were literally using our babies as a damn step stool. You stupid bastard. Oh my goodness. Cutting out our babies to use as bowling balls. And don't let me get started on 1804. You remember that little short fella? His name, well, what was his name? Napoleon. You know that little fucker's name. What was his name? Napoleon. Kept terrorizing everything. And he went to the Hades, and all of a sudden he knocked into a revolutionary of Haitian people. Whooped all their asses for months and months, years. Don't talk to me about history. I will hurt your fucking feelings. I'm trying to I'm just trying to stay here in a political sense, and here you come talking about this is our country. This is our country. It may be your country, but we built it through blood, sweat, and tears. And the only difference is from yesteryears to today, you don't need our services anymore due to the fact that a lot of shit has changed. From technology to education. Oh, it actually starts with education. You took away our ability you try to take our ability to read, but when we started reading, you started moving goalposts. Oh, there are a few people who strive here and there. We had leaders. You tried to disembowel our leaders because we were being put in position to be competitive. We were put in positions to strive and thrive. Now we're survival mode. All because of this Trump. All because of Trump. And these people are emboldened now more than ever before to do anything and everything they can to us for us to be like dinosaurs. And one by damn one, you either are shooting us, hanging us, putting us in jail, or whatever. You made it into a white thing. I didn't. I was on the political side of things. I was just simply staying on that. But since you want to bring shit up, and you act like white folks ain't the center of attention to some shit. Stop that bullshit. You act like white folks ain't the center of attention. White folks are extracting billions and billions of dollars out your ass. Knock it off. You didn't say anything about poor whites who live in trailer parks who you took away food stamps from. You took away food stamps from white folks. So what are you talking about? You took away SNAP benefits from white people, just as you took away the SNAP benefits from black people who needed them. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. The only people who don't benefit, who don't have to benefit from that, are Asians. You very rarely see any Asian homeless. I've seen one in my lifetime. You will never see a vast majority of Asians being homeless, at least from here. I don't know about in other states, but here in the state of Nevada, I caught one. Most of these people are white people who are on welfare, who are homeless, because they've specifically been on drugs, or some of them some of them came from the military and couldn't even get a job. That's funny. That's funny. Reverse racism. I love it. I love it. You get the little job, and all of a sudden, how come he gets more money than I do? It's not fair. I'm white privileged. Get a clue. Get a fucking clue.
Anonymity. And why do you think they're speaking on the condition of anonymity? To offer frank remarks about likely incoming colleagues, said criticism of Democratic leadership could be an issue. One senior CBC member, when asked if Avila would be allowed to join, told Axios, quote, not if she doesn't support Hakeem along with other issues, end quote. X if that would apply to all incoming members, the lawmaker replied, yes. You all are making your own bed. And can I be 100 with you? And I got friends who are members of the Congressional Black Caucus, and I love them to life. You all are not that effective. Okay? Don't act as if when people get to DC, they must caucus with you in order to get legislation passed. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Okay? The appearance of this is probably worse than the substance, because you no longer have the moral authority to hold any caucus accountable for inclusion based on their right to elect or not elect a particular leader among the political rank. Avila said, quote, absolutely will not be welcomed if she doesn't support Hakeem, said second CBC member.
If that is the case, then why did you bring us here? That's great. If that is the case, numbnuts, then why did you bring us here? If you're so smart and you built America, which you had zero knowledge until we gave you knowledge. We gave you damn near everything but the shirt, damn near everything with the shirt off our backs. And look how we got repaid. Do you really want to go down that road? What type of flag is that? Is that what type of flag is that? I think what it is when we peppered you up a little bit, we taught you motherfuckers how to bathe because of that famine back in Europe. Wasn't doing you no good because you were eating each other. You ate each other's babies and shit. That's what you did. And then you took your ships and you went all across North America through the North Americans and sailed all the coast of Africas and settled in on the lands and shit, thinking that you were doing something and still spreading famine across the earth. I guess that's why they call us sun gods. Because of our melanin skin. It's just so wonderful how the melanin skin, how the sun charges amongst our face and just gives us energy. It's one of the reasons why in LA you see forest fires. For some odd strange reason, the forest fires just start burning. It just starts burning for some strange reason. Them motherfuckers were actually burning them trees because they needed what? Melanin.
Under no circumstances would anyone be welcomed with a warm embrace if they are going to undermine the brother. Just no path. Loyalty to Democratic leadership isn't a formal
Damn, she got ass.
criteria for CBC membership. In other words, there's no statutory language, no bylaws, etc. A source familiar with the matter to Axios, but it may be a de facto one, meaning they're making it up in real time. This has nothing to do with policies. I don't like his policies on the Israeli military industrial complex. I don't like his policies on who he decides to take money from. And I should be able to say whatever I choose to, and so should those that we elect to go to the U.S. Congress. There's some things, obviously, I support Hakeem Jeffries on, and others I do not. But that's because all of us are independent thinkers, including the people we sent.
I just think it's just time. I just think it's just time for somebody else to step up. And like I said before, I think Jasmine Crockett is the best out of all of them. If y'all can prove me wrong, you're gonna have to put another name in the chat, and tell me if I'm even proven wrong at all. You can just give me a name. Give me a name. If I don't know this individual, I'll research him. I'll research his or her policies, and then I'll get back to you, and I can tell you if this is a keeper or this, or you can just put that name in the trash respectfully. Right? You can just put that in the trash. Are claiming Middle East with your wake up and smell the coffee. Hey, coffee. What are we talking about? Caffeine? Decaf? We'll see. Listen, we got a couple of months coming up. We got a couple of months coming up. So we're gonna see. We are gonna see what transpires. We're gonna definitely see who transpires. Especially, I'm looking forward to the Tellerico Ken Paxton ticker. I'm gonna really look at that. Even though I need to be focusing on my shit here in the state of Nevada, I'll be looking to others. And Michigan is doing their thing. I was born and raised in Michigan. I'm gonna take a look at that with Mr. Abdul Rauf. I'm gonna do my research on him, see if he's good for the guster, good for the goose, good for the guster, good for the gander, or whatever, or he's just straight trash. It's as simple as that. I'm just not gonna say, hey, he's a good one right there. No, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. I did that with Barack when I was in my late 20s. I'm not doing that again. I was in my late 20s, early 30s when I voted for Barack. Not happening again. Not happening again. Oh my goodness. I mean, me and my wife, we were my girlfriend at the time. We were up first row, looking up and thought we were seeing a godsend. Oh, all this, he said, "Don't go boo, go and vote." Talking about who was it? Not John McCain. What was it? John McCain at the time? Is it John McCain? And then it was Mitt Romney. John McCain and Mitt Romney. Y'all still talking about slavery. Y'all moved on. I have moved on. I listen, it's good to talk about the past when we're young, but we know what we've been through. The future is here, and the future is now. Are you willing to sacrifice 4 years of the same nutso that's in office right now? And or are you willing to look into those who are worthy of the presidency? Who is worthy? That's all I ask. Who is worthy of that seat? But you know what? You better make damn sure he doesn't follow the same exact formula as this nutso right now. Because of the simple fact that you did not hold Obama accountable for not doing anything specifically for you and I, you cannot hold anybody else accountable for what Donald Trump does, what JD Vance does, what whoever is in charge. So you better get with the person who is electable at this point. Is that not apparent at this point? Guess what else he owned? He's owned like Trump. Oh, I almost forgot. Before I forget, I almost forgot. Do you know why JD Vance is really scared person? Because Donald Trump said the other day, when they asked him, when you're gone, Mr. President, and JD Vance takes over, will you endorse JD Vance? And the president said, this ain't the time right now. He's a fine young man, but this ain't the time right now. Paraphrasing, I'm the one in charge. So let's focus on me. I'm like, what? This is not the first time JD Vance has been disrespected by Trump. This is not the first time, and it will not be the last. This is not the first time, and it will not be the last. But yeah, before I want Jasmine Crockett to become be the leader of the Democratic Party, but I know it's not going to happen because it's just too many people who are sexist, too many people who are biased, and there are way too many people who will not put her in that position because she is herself. Put it that way. She is herself, and she will continue to be who she is. She doesn't have to play that position, and she will never play that position. So good for her. As far as Kamala Harris is concerned, good luck. Good luck. I hope she makes it. I hope she makes it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to go into that good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.